What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, according to SB Nation, he talks Luis Ortiz rematch. He says it would be a shame if Ortiz tests dirty. He says Wilder says he has no concerns about the next fight and that the Fury fight will be next. He says Wilder once again emphasizes that the fact that he's taking an Ortiz fight because he considers him to be a fighter that everyone else is avoiding. Okay. They made it seem like the referee called me over. He was giving me extra time and energy to breathe. And I don't know where they get that from, but some people ran with that. Okay, I got to counterpunch that right now. I can't wait to finish the rest of the article, which I will conclude. But he says they made it seem like they called me over. They were giving me extra time because they fucking were. They were giving you extra time. Now, I don't know where they get that from. He should go back and look at the fight. You know what I mean? You get some kind of special treatment that no one else has ever saw. I can understand, again, people, if he had a cut, if that means that besides the referee asking him if he's okay, they had to check, the doctor had to come in and check to see if he's okay, if he had a cut, meaning there's something that was stopping them. Like, well, what's wrong with him? You know what I mean? Is that cut? He has a cut. He has an abrasion. He has swelling. He has something that's going to deter him or stop him from fighting like he should fight. Okay? He can't see. It's deflecting his sight. That would be different. This isn't the case. He got up after the bell rang. The referee brought him over to check him out at that point. Okay? That's what happened. Now, and it's funny that he's saying that, I guess people ran with it. They ran with the truth. That you cheated Ortiz in a time where he had you hurt. I just mentioned it in my last video. But it's funny how Deontay Wilder now brings that up. And he wants to, act like this wasn't a big deal. And he should really ask himself honestly that, hey, how many times you ever been stopped before and then after being hurt? Hey, man, are you okay? Let's bring you over here and look at you. No, the show must go on. This is a fight. We don't have time for that. You're giving this guy ample opportunity. Give him time to breathe. And he mentioned that there. You know what that confirms? That confirms that's on Deontay Wilder's mind. That confirms that he knows they gave him extra time. And that bothers him a little bit because he's bringing it up. Right? This is the first time he ever mentioned that at all. Now, all that shit that JD's tried to cover up for him, now he's bringing to the forefront. Well, I don't know what they, he was giving me extra time to breathe. I don't know where they get that from. Really? Oh, okay. Watch the fight again. Just watch rounds 8 on. No, watch round 7 too when you got battered, right? From pillar to post. And the ref was hurting him then because he allowed Deontay Wilder to clinch like he was and like he was doing. He allowed those clinches. That's why Luis Ortiz couldn't get those fights off. The referee was on the take, people. No doubt about it. That's my opinion, and that's what I feel. And that's because that's what I see. Okay? Now, since he's coming up with this, again, it must be some type of guilt, okay? And he's trying to address it. You know what I mean? A lot of things that don't bother you, you don't really discuss. If that was a clear and cut win, why is it controversial? You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense. And that's his only credible win, people, to this day. Now you can bring up the Dominic Breazeale. You know what I mean? But see, the problem with Dominic Breazeale has not fought anyone else that's in the top anything except Anthony Joshua, and we know what the outcome about that was. So Luis Ortiz, that's his bitch of the bunch. That's the guy that he fought to get the credible reputation, right? Like he said, he was a fighter that I picked him because he was a fighter that everyone else was avoiding. Okay. Let me continue. Let me continue. He says if Ortiz makes the approach to want to cheat, then shame on him. Then he'd be bad. It would be bad for him and his family. Bad that he already doesn't get the big fights because no one wants to fight him. That'll be really taking away from his family. That'll be selfish move if he did that, he concluded. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Deontay Wilder wants to be praised for giving Luis Ortiz a shot. He wants to be praised for giving him the opportunity that no one else gave Ortiz. Let me tell you guys something. The same person that's saying, oh, nobody wanted to fight Ortiz, he is one of them. Okay? Deontay Wilder is one of those people that did not give Luis Ortiz a shot. He didn't give Ortiz a shot. Why? Because of this right here. Because of the cheating allegations. And this was years ago. This was all of 2016 after he got the heavyweight crown. And he said that he would never fight Luis Ortiz because he's a cheat. Well, why the fuck, if that was the case, why would you want to fight him now when he's older? When he's 40 years fucking old? I'm sorry, 40 years young. Let's be positive. Why would you give him the opportunity or bless him with the opportunity now? Or last year when he was 39, why couldn't you do that when he was 36? You see what I'm saying? That was your excuse. I don't want to fight him. He's a cheater. Well, shit. You know, you supposed to pop them cheating before. But never means what? Never. Now, I don't want to fight him at this time because he's a cheat. And he has to clean himself up. Then I may give him a shot when he's redeemed himself by VADA. And VADA has cleared him to fight. He didn't say that. Deontay Wilder said, I will never fight Luis Ortiz because he's a cheat. This is facts, people. And you can't make this shit up. Now you want to fight a guy that he's old. You wanted someone to put on your resume because you had no one. You know what I'm saying? You had a mandatory Dominic Breazeale. He wasn't good enough because Anthony Joshua already stopped that motherfucker. So you needed someone that Anthony Joshua has not fought. And this is not about AJ. This is just facts. Deontay Wilder needed a resume, and he got it, and he's using Ortiz. You even stopped this man talking about it'd be shame for him and his family. Let me counterpunch you, Buster. You stopped this motherfucker, you and Al Heyman, from making the biggest fight of his life and the biggest payday of his life fighting Anthony Joshua. Y'all stopped him and froze this guy out of fighting other fights because you know you needed him as a buffer. That's all you needed him for. I already beat this guy. I got the win over this guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's fight this guy again. Let's bless him. Well, shit, you knew how he looked the last fight he fought. So you're supposed to convince everybody that, oh man, this is, a good fight. And everyone who's listening to this knows I'm an Ortiz fan, but I know the facts. I know reality. I know that Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight him years ago, and his excuse was he was a drug cheat. He said, I'd never fight him. Now, I'm fighting him now because other people are avoiding him. Yeah, you know why they are avoiding him. Because that's the reason you used. But nobody was really avoiding Ortiz. Not at the time. We thought Joshua was. Joshua offered this guy money. I have my own conspiracies behind that type of thing, but he was offered that to his team. He's never made that amount of money in his life, and that could have been life-changing money for him, win, lose, or draw. And who's to say he would have lost? Look at what happened. If Anthony Joshua and all that shit surrounded by him, what makes you think that Luis Ortiz couldn't have done what Andy Ruiz did? So he probably missed an opportunity of a lifetime, and no, that did not include Deontay Wilder. But since Deontay Wilder is protected on high from the most high, Al Heyman, they did not want Luis Ortiz to fight that fight. Therefore, he didn't. That's why he's fighting Deontay Wilder for the second time. Now, it's strange to hear Deontay Wilder talk about if he cheats, it'll be bad for him. Like, why are you bringing that stuff up now? That's really not good for Deontay Wilder. Because if we look at this, why would you bring up drugs to cheapen your win over Ortiz? You know what I mean? People already talk about his age. He's over the hill, right? He's already peaked years ago, like the time I mentioned that Deontay didn't want to fight him. Now you bring drugs in. It's like, okay, well, you know, that means that the guy has to cheat in order to be competitive with you. It doesn't make it sound good. It doesn't make the win sound credible at this point. You know, so I don't see why he's actually bringing that up. But, you know, it is what it is. I do hope the fight is a great fight. And like I told you guys, I hope that if it's anything like the first fight, we should get a treat. Minus the referee fuckery. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. You guys tell me what you think about Deontay Wilder's comments about Ortiz possibly testing dirty for some real weird reason. You know, do you think that Ortiz now is a clean fighter? You know, you guys tell me what you think. I think he has no choice. I think that this fight won't be a Pacquiao Thurman, which no drug tests, you know, because, you know, the Ortiz has tested positive, just like they'll have no Jarrell Miller test ever be untested, right? So I don't think that this fight or Luis Ortiz is that crazy to fuck up a second opportunity, right? At the crown, at the belt, at the strap. So you guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.